Welcome to Golden Guys, everybody. We are here live with you right now on time. And we're very happy to be here. We are back again. We are just like the Golden Girls without all the sex appeal, but we are definitely excited to have everybody here. I saw the chat was actually talking there early. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Once again, let me just look at the chat here. Comic Man Andy beat Chris Barrett. Congratulations. That's a rarity. I always knew that Betty White was a Jedi. See, a good point, Chris Barrett. There you go. Mac Daddy Austin, very happy to have you here. Very good, great legend, my goodness, right there. Don't forget him, he's the good one right there. And what we got here, Stream Elements, very nice. Bot running elements, okay, very good. All right,
like this is putting some black Sharpie color touch on a comic right now.
Nice. We haven't done that a little.
I've been cleaning comics all day, and I've got one more, and it's really rough. And I started this like an hour ago. They're still going on it, so I just want to keep going. So I apologize. It feels like I'm being social.
No, but there's DS's introduction. All right, Paul, how are you doing?
I'm glad he's doing that because now I won't be the only antisocial one.
And you can't say, how's Mr. Knights of Old Mike? How we doing? Happy New Year.
Good. Glad to be back. It's been a while. Got lots of comics to talk about.
Yep. Paul was actually at my house this weekend celebrating my daughter's
awesome.
four-year-old birthday party. His daughter came over and his sons, and they played some My Little Pony fiasco going on. Had a little fun. We had some scotch. Definitely had some scotch. So this show is going to be a lot of fun, but since we caught up and everything else, I did take a poll. John's Comics with Kids here, everybody. Nice to have you here. One of the things that a lot of people talk about, what they like a lot about the show we did, is when we go back to the spinner rack, back to the future, back to the spinner rack, and we're going back in time to 1938, 39, 40, 41, 50, 40, keep going down the line. I think we're going to do the month of December today. We're going to focus on that first right off the bat before we get into anything else. Pickups and everything else are always good. We'll show some of that stuff in a little bit. DS is going to show what he's going to be cleaning or color touching or whatever he's doing right now. You don't want to know. Probably removing color touch from a book he bought from.
I'm actually in the process of torturing Mylars down here. Is what I'm doing.
Hey, he's ripping up Mylars. He's had enough of Mylar. No Mylar for this man. So, all right, we're going to begin right now with DS. Take it away. Oh, actually, Knight, take it away. I'm going to put the big screen on you, and let me know when you're ready for me to share your screen.
Okay.
Are you guys going to get Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy #5 tomorrow? I don't know. I will tell you, though, says, while he's getting ready, last week's book, I loved Thor 1 by Donny Cates. I was a huge fan of that one. The Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme by Mark Waid, another fantastic one. And the Star Wars book that was done was absolutely one of the most intense follow-ons to Star Wars. I give this one an A+. And I'm a big Jason Aaron fan. These guys doing this one, way different. So we're going to put this right now as the main screen. Take it away.
You see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So December 1938. We're doing the whole month because we kept not doing this over December, and we were off. And DS was in Hawaii, and Paul was visiting the North Pole, and whatever. Okay, so we got this classic cover, which I don't know the artist to, but. It's one of the early actions that doesn't have a Superman cover, but is pretty sought after and very rare as far as I'm concerned.
I would bet it's probably a Flessel. I know he did a lot of the early actions.
Yeah, I would guess, yeah.
It looks like a Flessel, but I'm not an Action Comics guy.
Wait, stop. It's not that. This is the elephant there is not a Flessel, but we'll get to that one. I think Action 8 is. I don't know if it's Flessel, to be honest with you. I thought it's the hang on.
It's definitely his style.
It is, but I know there's somebody else who said there's some contents on this one. Because it's the same people who did the other book I just bought.
Leo Mealy too.
No, it's Gardenier. It's the same guy who did the next book.
Oh, Fred Gardenier?
Yep. It's the same guy who did the next book. Because I've recognized his two most famous covers are this one and the next one.
Oh.
And this is by the way, everybody who's watching this, this is my Grail. This
really?
is my Unicorn. You find that son of a bitch anywhere. I had it once in front of me. It was $640. It was about 13 years ago, and I didn't pull the trigger.
And you haven't seen it since?
No, but I did buy a book. I did get a book today that I've never seen before in person and only seen it once before. Picture of. Yeah, I'll show that at the end.
You did the same thing I did a lot of times back in the 80s and 90s. I would say $200 for a Golden Age book? That's preposterous.
Yeah,
and now I'm like, you dumbass.
Oh, yeah. The one I got is a Flessel. So, hey, you don't know. It could be 44. It could be in this list. Let's see.
Is this elephant, like, did he just, like, bite someone's head off?
Bloody. It's known as the Bloody Elephant cover. This will also be, just let you know, this actually, Adventure Comics 34 is technically only the third Adventure Comics. It starts at 32. So just let you know, 32, 33, 34, that's the one. Fun.
Yeah, they were all New Adventure before that.
Yep.
More fun.
Completely, yeah. Actually, way different. It was Vinnie Sullivan wasn't even the editor of the other one.
No, because that's when it was under, what's his name? It was either Gaines or Wheeler Nicholson.
Fred Gaines, yeah.
I did have a lot of Christmas ones, holiday ones in here because I thought maybe we were going to have a show, but
yeah, you could show them in. It's all good.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this one. The elves are going on strike.
It said communism right there.
More money. So that was it for 38. That was out on the stands. Into 39. Oh, that's a classic.
Oh, I love that safe opening cover. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no S on his chest.
I was just gonna say that's one of the ones where he had no S.
There's a couple, right?
I think there's 2 or 3 where he doesn't have the S on the.
This looks. I love the sense of weight on that safe. Like it really looks like it shows how strong he is. Like I mean, I guess if he was full power, maybe he wouldn't need to brace himself like that. But back in the day when he's early, like people are still trying to figure out just how super he was, and I feel like this was a great representation of that.
Congrats, Chris Barrett, on your new Green Lantern book. It's always good.
Here's another early one.
That's a classic war covers. That's actually one of the earliest war ones for him.
Yeah.
The delivery of the missile. I think that is the first one, right?
Prior to Harbor,
I think. Well, there's 17 has a tank.
17 has a tank. Yeah, I know that this one has him like the first time he's delivering a missile, first combat or whatever.
Yeah, and this would be so good if it didn't have that giant red circle thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it had a Nazi, swastika on the sub, that would be awesome too.
On the U-boat, yeah. Up, Sandman.
Very good. All American.
Yeah, All American.
I don't know who that guy is.
Ultraman.
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 Yep. Oh, it's pretty interesting.
I've never seen that one.
This is a really early Nazi swastika issue. Bill Everett.
I was just gonna say Bill Everett.
I was gonna say this is the Bill Everett cover. This is I've seen this cover. I've never seen it. The book. I've only seen it in a slab. I've never seen what the interior looks like. But some people talk about the interior as being better than anything else. It's very different.
He's good. Yeah, and I've been kind of looking out for this book, and I've only seen it maybe once in the past year and a half or so, and the swastika was like kind of ripped out, so I didn't want it, but I don't know, it's very rare.
I mean, everybody who's watching, this is very early on when you see fighting. I mean, you see the actual punching and hitting and stuff like that. This is before Cap 1,
Yeah, I mean, it was late last month in November, where it was the first swastika ever. So on Comic-Con.
That's a centaur, and centaurs are very early, very refined, and there's some really devoted collectors of centaurs. Those things go for a lot, and they're usually extremely hard to find.
Yeah, there was that one auction, if you remember. I think Gator put it out. I think Gator had this auction where he had every single issue, and each one was no worse than like a 6.5.
It was after that horrible hurricane wrecked the
hurricane.
floor.
Yeah.
And another thing to note, maybe if people don't know, this is back in the day when there was like a middleman to the comic, where the artists would work in this one company, FUNNIES Incorporated, and then they would supply the art and stories to different publishers. And that's why Everett was working for, he did some Amazing Man, and he also was doing the Submariner stuff for Timely at the same time.
Okay. Centaur is one of those companies that there are more people who want them than there are copies, so it's almost impossible to pry them out of anybody.
And when you do see runs of them out there for sale, you know it's a big time collection.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like breaking it up either, to be honest with you. A lot of people were upset that people were breaking up the collection because it was pristine, you know. Everybody said, don't do it, don't break it up, you know. Just
but
try
it is one, they are books that I find fluctuate highly, like because they're rare, but not exactly super demand. Like there's less, I'd say, collectors of them. Like, you know, they might already have their copies, so you might not get a bidding war. So sometimes the price will be insanely high, and other times you're like, wow, that went for low.
Yeah. I think you've always got to take it with a grain of salt when you get these Centaurs. Whatever price you get.
Yeah.
You know. Schomburg?
Yeah, early Timely Schomburg. I'm not entirely sure who that guy is supposed to be.
I think that's Angel.
Is that Angel?
I don't know. It's weird looking.
Because he was, I didn't know him. Okay.
During they had a lot of strange tryout characters. So
it could be.
Isn't this the wrestler guy who ended up putting on a cape?
I don't know.
There's one of those too, like a German.
Biggie Shack.
Biggie Shack. There you go. Mark Knapp 68. Good having you.
Oh, the hypo cover.
The hypodermic needle, famous detective comic. Everybody, this is the one that we just say that Bob Kane always says. It's like, what? Geez, what's going on here? But it's
pre-Tech or pre-Robin Tech. Sorry. Yep. So it's pretty desirable. I personally do not like the face, the way he drew the faces. Like the guy on the bottom looks really weird to me. But look at those ears, though. Those are some tall bat ears on that.
Right.
I prefer them like that.
That's some Wrightson Neil Adams ears right there. You know.
I mean, that's like Bisley height.
Okay, I can see that. I'm trying to think because I think Craig Swan, when I had his, he did a one that had big ears too.
I don't know, he's got big ears on Tech 31. There's one of my all-time grails right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, there it is, the robot rape.
Lou Fine, right?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, that is an awesome. I bet I'd love to see one of these in hand because I bet the detail is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at pictures of them and zoomed in, and you can get lost in the details. There's so many fine details, like on the wires where the joints of the robot are broken.
Fine detail.
Falling off it, and it's just it's
I mean, if you think about it, Fantastic 3, I consider one of the top covers of the pre-end of the war period. I mean,
did you do that planet you have, DS?
Yes, number one.
The rivet.
Nice paired with that one.
If I could find one of these, I wouldn't be able to afford it because that's probably like close to 15 grand for a 1.0, maybe more.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Might even be more. It might be 20 grand if you even found it.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I've seen, you know, there are only 13 on the census for a popular cover, and of those, 6 are restored.
So I looked up that Daring Mystery, and the character is the Phantom Bullet.
Phantom Bullet. There you go.
Bullet.
Then you have a 9.4, and then you've got a 6.0, and that 6.0 would probably go for 50, 60 grand easily.
A 6.0 Fantastic 3?
Yeah, 100 grand.
100 grand for 6.0. Yeah, second highest rated. Yeah, I would say 100 grand.
There's a 9.4. Is that at Edgar Church?
Has to be, right?
You'd think, right? I mean,
it's not like there's anything else even in that area. It's just.
I don't think there's any such thing as a Fox file copy.
I've never heard of one.
I've never heard of one. You know.
Yeah, there's a Fox file copy. It's called a Mile High.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want a high grade Fox, Mile High is what you want.
There you go.
Now,
Happy New Year to you all.
Do they call him the Phantom Bullet because it looks like he's about to cap that guy with no bullet?
Well, it says that he's a. It's the typical. He's a wealthy reporter and
he's had enough.
Slacks off and.
This I wondered, have there been giant robots in comics before this one?
Smash Comics 1 is the first robot cover, but it's not a giant robot. But this, yeah, so I don't, for giant robots, that's probably the first giant robot. But Smash 1 and Smash 3 predate this, and they're both robot covers.
Because this is like Voltron sized.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you blaspheme. That's not even the size of the pink lion. The green lion, the smallest one.
That's probably true. Does Samson grow, or is this just a crazy cover and it doesn't really have?
Well, Samson does. I mean, it's just you never know. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's
can look fine anyway. So.
And I liked
Comics Explained, Jason Cantu. Good having my good friend out here. By the way, Comics Explained and I are going to be playing Battlefront eventually. Battlefront 2. We're going to be streaming it eventually on his channel. Eventually, it'll be fun. So. One person owns many of the Fantastic 3 copies. Yeah, we were just talking about on the CGC census. There are 13, 6 of them are restored. There's 194 and a 6. And I mean, I don't see it come up often. When I do, it was usually on Heritage or I did see one on a Comic Link, but that was years before. I mean, actually, I don't even know when the last time one of these sold. Do we know?
I haven't seen one sell. Now, maybe I missed it, but since I've been collecting Golden Age, I have not seen one of these.
Yeah.
So
let me check something out real quick.
I mean, probably the way to get one of these is to get it through a private connection and get it off a dealer, or not a dealer, off somebody else who has it.
I'm waiting for someone to text me a picture of theirs, but
I bet you almost every copy out there that's owned. Somebody has dibs on it if that person sells, such that none of these ever come to the public market. They just are sold. Because I know a couple guys that have one, and I don't think they bought them on Heritage or anything. I think they just passed.
The last one looks like it sold last year. The 9.4. Hang on. Let me just check this out.
Really making me want one now, all this talk.
When did you not want one?
Well, I don't know. I want a little more now.
Oh, we increased your desires.
Here's the
comic book guys are very good at pressing. The 9.4 sold on Comic Connect in June of 17 for $243,000. In September of 17, there was a sale of the 5.5 for $44,500. That was September of 17, so that's pretty good. August of 2014, Heritage, I think that's the one I might remember, sold for $9,000 and change. And May of 2008, yeah, this was the one. I think this was the Comic Link one, right? This was the one, yeah. This one went for $14,000. Yeah, that was a 1.0.
Wow.
14,450. Very rare book. It even flat out. Even I'm looking at the CGC census. That's a 1.0 with the spine cover completely split and cover detached, tape on interior and back cover. $14,000 for a 1.0.
Yeah, it would be more now.
Yeah, but yeah, if you see one of these things in your hunting and garage sales, congratulations.
Then we got the first timely swastika on the cover and the first Submariner on a cover ever. And you notice he has no ankle wings.
Right. And what color is the suit? Is it green or red?
It's
Looks
blue.
like it's blue.
It's blue. See, you never know.
But it's a really good cover. I mean, this low res images doesn't do it justice, but it's a great book. Pretty rare, and it's
Khazar. Is that the Khazar we know? It's just the Golden Age Khazar. The Khazar the Great.
It's a bad. Say that again.
It says Khazar the Great. Is that the Khazar that we're familiar with? Just the Golden Age one of that, or what?
Yep.
I don't know if he's supposed to be the same guy. There was a Khazar in a Red Circle, which is Martin Goodman, timely publisher, pulp.
Yeah.
So, and then he brought that same character from the pulps into these, and it might be that they just had the rights to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same guy. That would be cool. And this, I would say, don't go after this book until the movie comes out or whatever they do with Namor comes out, because ever since the spec on Namor, this book has been sitting around at kind of ridiculous prices, in my opinion.
Was it the first Khazar too?
No, Khazar was in Marvel 1.
He was in 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Next,
we got Thriller, number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I just saw some Thrilling sell for over $400 a piece in 7.
Doctor Strange, first appearance.
I don't know if those for sale either.
The old Doctor Strange.
I've looked for it. Just for that alone, yeah. I've looked for it.
This is a pretty interesting cash prizes. I wonder what that was about. Tip Top. That's a much better drawn cover.
That's fine.
Yes.
Tarzan. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
TJ's in the house.
Is that what we think it is? It is.
Yeah.
Wiz 2, which is actually 1.
Wiz 2/1. There we go.
Yep.
He can't only lift a car above his head, he can whip it across the room, across the street into a brick wall.
Yep. Kind of an answer to Action Comics right there. I
Great.
see Studebaker carry, and I threw it at those people. So
didn't you? Weren't you the custodian of a deal of this book?
Yes.
Yes.
I just did the custodian a deal for a 5.5.
Whoa, heavy rollers.
But they were 6-figure book. Up, Lou Fine.
Yep.
Wonder World, awesome.
I always thought this one, when I saw this in one of those Lou Fine books, I think it's like in the inner dust jet. The amount of different colors on that cover is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
just a little hard to tell what the hell is even happening.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on. I don't even know if that gun is shooting fire or what.
Is that a tank or a plane? Yeah,
it's a doohickey.
Yeah, and why is one guy hitting it with a bayonet?
I don't know.
Hey, Carson, good having Carson here. C. Woodard, also TJ, the
What's
Slab
up, Carson?
Boston is here. Very good to have here. Golden Age Guru, very good having you here.
Hey,
very much. He said that there was a lot of those Fantastic Comic 3s in a private collection. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of them. Oh man,
a lot of them. That would be nice.
Oh, there we go. This is the famous.
It's got an ad for Captain America #1, which predate the actual Captain America #1 by a week or so.
Right.
Inside cover. So that's if you can't get Cap 1, this is a great alternative.
Yeah.
A little. Then we got what do we got? Blue Ribbon comic, mystery comic. Not entirely sure why I put this in here, but
never seen it before.
Mr. Justice.
I mean, Orangutan, we've seen. You know, we've seen these books. I just don't find them. Whatever.
Oh, then here we go.
There it is.
There's that.
December 20th.
That's not quite a fish wrap right there. There's your Cap 1, everybody.
Most people say this comes out in March 1941 or whatever, but
yep,
it's actually December 1940.
When it hits the rack, remember this is the spinner rack. Oh, there you go. Faster, more powerful than a locomotive.
Yeah, you don't see that. I never see this book ever.
No.
I think I saw one coming up in an auction somewhere. I've seen it recently in the last week or so. I think I've seen it somewhere. I think I don't know. Might have just been in somebody's collection on IG too, though. But
Riveted Planet.
Riveted Planet.
That's the famous devil face. Like, if it's a vampire, a devil, an alien, it's got the triple crown right there.
I love the glass helmets.
Yeah,
good on sci-fi.
Love that. Yeah.
This was a weird one. The Marvel Man. Popular comics.
Never saw that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen
Oddity. Very, very strange. Shadow. This is an example of a bad Shadow cover. Because usually they're awesome.
So many of them are so incredible.
Yeah. Some Shadows are the most badass covers I've ever seen, and some are just crap.
I can never remember which are which though, because there's like 29 volumes.
Well,
exactly.
First off, go back to that one for a second.
Yeah.
There should never be caped superheroes on a Shadow cover.
Yeah.
Count Von Strange, good to have you here. Thank you very much, Count Von Strange. So we're back at the spinner rack. Just to let everybody know, we're at your spinner rack. It's 1940. Which book are you going to pull out? Well, here's that crappy shadow. Everybody passes on that one. Louis and Louis. Yeah. Remember, this is December. We were doing this because we were off the last 2 weeks. So
you might as well get a Christmas comic. Your parents, you probably sent your parents out. You were feeling sick. You stayed home from school, so they would go to the drugstore, get the new comics for you. And they came back with this instead of a Captain America or a Whiz One.
And by the way, this is a pretty expensive one if you're trying to collect it.
Oh, really? It's a great cover. It's really
it's expensive because it's, first of all, it's 1941, and it's the Huey, Dewey, and Louie Christmas issue. So
very nice. All right. So
that's pre-Barks though, isn't it?
Yes, that's pre-Barks.
It's drawn with good authority though.
Yeah.
Donald. We got 1941 December. This is a classic cover in my opinion. I'm not sure if CGC says it's classic, but
yeah, I think
I would call it classic.
Yeah.
I think everybody considers that like the pose for them,
And we got the
kick.
So in number 10 was the last Simon and Kirby Captain America, because they got fired for doing comics with other companies. But you could tell like right away, if this were the internet age, the social media would be all over this. Like, what the hell? You fired these guys? You got like Cap fighting a bunch of hillbillies. What is this?
It looks like there's a Rubik's Cube by Bucky's jaw.
I saw that, yeah. And this guy with the knife in his like mouth, I don't know, at the bottom is
fighting the Hatfields and McCoys in the middle of the war too.
Sid Shores, I think.
Sid Shores. And Sid Shores, you have to understand, he did everything from when the war was going on and even after the war. Sid Shores always kept that shop afloat. He kind of kept it going. He did everything.
This one, Fight Comics.
Who did that cover? That could be.
I don't know, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, there's the early Fight ones that are really good. What number did you find that?
Pretty cheap compared to the rest of the books.
What number is it?
Number, I think, 12 or 17. 17, maybe.
Is that a signature above the yellow box? I mean, I can't read it, but
yeah, but I can't read it. Yeah,
which is odd in and of itself because very little was signed back then.
Yeah, it probably is a signature. I don't know.
This is a cool one that I don't think I ever see either. Green Mask. Almost looks like a girl's face, like a girl character in a way.
I see some Green Mask, but I don't see that one very often.
Yeah. And we got Master. That's a good Master comic.
Yeah, it is Dan Zollner, which is the one I was talking about. That he's the guy who did all those early fights. There's a huge cult following of him.
What was his name?
Zollner. It's
Zollner.
Yeah, he's the guy from the Iger shop. Was like, I just know he's an Iger shop guy. There's a cult of people that follow him, and he's
probably the most well known for doing the bulk of the Planet Comics run.
Right, he's a cult following. I mean, he like literally like Lee Elias and those guys, like and Nick Hardy and all those guys worked under him, literally worked under him, and he had them all. He ran the Iger shop, for Jerry Iger. So. I knew, there's this cult following of him. I hear about it. So.
This he's pouring wax on her.
Was that Junior? Yeah.
I don't know if there's a boiling wax cover besides this.
We hope it's wax.
Like we're just doing S&M.
He is a teenage boy. He is a teenage boy.
And Minuteman.
Good having you here, Mr. Gretzky 9966. Good having you here. We haven't shown any Archies yet. We got to show some of those. They'll be coming soon, I think. Minuteman, one man army.
Fighting, I think that's a Hitler up there, but I'm not sure. But it kind of looks like a Hitler.
What's the deal with that dude?
Oh God.
Is that Lev Gleason? It almost looks like it has like a Silver Streak vibe to it with the title and the colors and everything.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah, it does.
It almost looks like a bureau cover. Sort of.
It does look like Barrow, particularly the woman at the bottom.
Well, the villain is very
Yeah, I don't know what's up with his face.
Yeah, trying to figure that out. Mystery Man. Yeah.
Mystery Man's got some good Lou Fine stuff in it too.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one though.
No, it doesn't look like
it.
It's not fine enough for fun.
Oh, I love this one. I used to have this book.
Yeah, nice.
Ones I'll buy again. I love that coffin or the Iron Maiden, right? It would be a Nazi Iron Maiden that they're gonna master in there, and she's got a almost sci-fi looking outfit on, which I think is pretty awesome.
And not bad headlights, you know.
And the Destroyer looks pretty legit considering he's got like a clown suit on.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's got a skull on it too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Pretty nice.
Like Phantom.
Yeah, I think the Mystics and the Darings are the two timelies I like.
They're really good.
I'm not really big on the World War II stuff. The cap.
Oh, look at those. Look at
rivets.
Oh yeah.
Headlights.
Yeah.
Care about the rivets at this point.
Yeah, and that's probably
like a blonde lady getting tied down, damsel in distress. There it is.
I'll bet you that's a Damsel Narrowitz cover too, because that's like
that is
the beginning of when he started doing a ton of them.
Yep. Yeah, this was the time when everybody else was going to war. Yeah, he did not. Yeah.
And those rivets go way back beyond that mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High beams.
Yeah. Pretty funny. Okay, then we got, this is a pretty popular one.
Yep.
Real life comics.
Schoenberg.
Schoenberg.
I think actually Schoenberg is not only that, but I think Schoenberg actually was editor of Real Life.
Mm.
He had a lot to do with that book. He was very big into his history and all those covers, Rudyard Kipling and everything else like that. They used to retell all those old school stories way before Classic Comics did it.
Yeah, and I think that one's all right. As far as Hitler covers go, it's not, I don't think it's my favorite one, but it goes for a lot. I think it's tough to find, but it's all right. I've seen better though. I don't think that one's great.
I mean, you don't get a lot of pictures of the Alamo, Hitler, and you know.
Yeah, he's holding the skull too. He's pretty good.
And I think it's I think we're still on 41.
Yeah, we're 41.
Okay, yeah. So this was made before Pearl Harbor because you know if it came out in December, then it was made 2 months or around that before. So a nice SHEENA #1 she got her own book. That's pretty cool.
Yep. I was looking at a few SHEENAs. There's a SHEENA I'm trying to get right now.
Did that come out before Wonder Woman 1?
That lion's a little unfortunate.
SHEENA. Yeah, I don't know who did the SHEENA one.
Yeah, that lion. The little wacky. And then he put like a plant leaf right behind it too. It doesn't help. I don't know. USA is ready. That's
a pretty slick cover.
Ironic considering they were about to be bombed. Another Donald. Wambi, here we go. Another elephant.
Wambi, nice.
#1. So if you're gonna get any Wambis for the elephants, you might as well get this one.
Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, that's one of them. I haven't seen too many of that one. That's definitely the early Wambi before it changed into completely different.
I'd like to know the physics that are holding that dress on the girl at the bottom.
And damn them physics. Damn them physics straight to hell.
So we got
walk up, Mr. Prince. How are you? Happy. What day is it over there? Is it next Thursday?
Hey, Kyle.
Good having Mr. Kyle.
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Everybody, 16 people, Jack. Comics for Thomas. Good having you here. So.
Kyle Walker got a great 2000 AD collection in recently. I'm pretty jealous about. It's those good ones. So this is a pretty cool timely. It's the first group, all three of those heroes with no sidekick cover, which I like. And it's interesting because it has Nazis and Japanese in the same cover, which usually doesn't happen.
Wow, I didn't see that.
I used to have that.
It's got that trademark Schomburg where sizes of people just don't make sense at all.
Yeah, that Cap is massive.
Yeah, Cap is literally,
and he's like further back than Submariner and Torch, but
he got a hold of one of Hank Pym's pills and is just going to town.
Yeah.
Let's see, America's Greatest.
Yeah.
This month, I don't know if it's this month, but we'll see. But I noticed there was a month where there was a lot of these machine guns. It might be this. I don't know what.
Batman 30, what was that? Batman 15 coming up? Or 30? Yeah.
It might, yeah.
Yeah.
It was right around then, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Batman 15. As soon as we talk about
very popular this month.
Fine irony. We really like the Gatling gun.
That's one of there are very few.
My buddy Jason Thomas Midmiss explains that is his grail right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's our good buddy.
Very, very few Batman war covers. This is one of them.
I've always liked that cover.
Yeah. Very classic.
There you go, DS.
Oh, DS, there you go. That's
it's not a Schomburg, but it's a great robot cover.
Yeah. That was nice.
Who did that one? Is that Sid Shores?
Probably. I don't think so.
Probably not. I don't know who it is. I can't remember. It's probably not like a top art, maybe replays or something. I really don't know.
Did Shores do work for Nidor?
I don't know
if he.
The Nidor were usually Schomburg and then a bunch of other guys I don't really know really well, and it's hit and miss. I don't know.
There you go. See Woodard. There you go. Ricky, Batman 15.
That's equal the three guys, Hitler and Mussolini and what is it?
Hirohito.
Yeah, thank you. Who is this guy with the sickle on the top?
42. That's
42.
40. Yeah, that's just baby father. I don't know what's going on.
Engine style.
Engine style.
It's kind of odd that Hirohito looks like he's got a Star of David on.
Engine style. You can't see that nowadays. And he's got a cowboy hat on.
Yeah. Oh, here we go with them freaking. Here we go with the animals.
Yep.
I really like that cover though. And he's got the Shazam thing going on. That's awesome.
That's cool. That's a timely, right?
I don't know.
No, I think that's a Fawcett, isn't it?
I would hope it's Fawcett.
Because you would get in trouble if you did that.
I would hope. But
because Fawcett had that triangle for the 10 cents.
Huge.
Timely does have a lot of the rabbit, super rabbit, or something like that. I thought this elephant was pretty
It is. It's very hard to find.
Who did
it's
that?
One of the earliest jumbos, and it's a little bit bigger. It's one of the hardest ones to find. What is it? There's 49, right?
49, yeah.
Yeah. On my list here, Jumbo 49. The last time I was able to find one in the wild, because I want to know why I like that one, and I think Paul, you'd like that one a lot. That is a very, very, very early Nick Cardy cover.
Oh, that's probably back when he was still going by Viscardi.
Yep. That is a Nick Cardy. That is exactly, because if you look at the ones later on, it's very cool. Very hard to find. Very cool book.
And I like
Cardy's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Empire of the Hairy Ones. It's a pretty good title.
Mm-hmm. There's one coming up for auction. So.
This is probably Sid Shores, I would guess.
Yeah, Kid Comics. That looks like his kind of stuff.
Captain Wonder. Regards from Captain Wonder. Oh, this is a classic Schomburg. I love these. Zeppelins are so awesome.
Yeah.
There's too few of them, I feel. And this Schomburg is a no Toro-less cover, which there aren't many of, so that's another plus.
There aren't many Zeppelin covers because he did super Zeppelins that were the size of, like
Yeah.
Maryland. So the Nazis couldn't make too many of them.
Why is everybody who bash Toro so much? Just because it's a gimmick?
Well, I don't know. I'm just not a big into the sidekicks.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I mean, because I don't like him either. But
same haters that bash Robin all the time.
Yeah.
All right, then. Oh, this is a great cover. This guy. What? I forget the guy's name.
Mac Rayboy, probably.
Yeah.
Mac Rayboy.
Like that guy on the center bottom with the swastika on his arm. I mean, that is so kind of realistic looking. It's great, yet expressive at the same time. He's a really master, I feel. Did he ever do interiors? Paul, you would know that. You probably did a special on him.
I did, but I only do the cover, so.
He does a whole show called Inside the Cover.
Well, I'll have to check out that one.
Yeah, but all I've done on Inside the Cover so far is Planet 1 through 5.
Right.
I'm not sure who did the cover on this. Miss Fury 1.
Miss Fury got them legs, but damn, them legs are way too long, hon.
Yeah. Kind of not the greatest. Oh, another one of my favorite Schomburgs, which some people say is more
the paratruding one.
Collaboration. Yep. I just love when they draw the inside of his shield with like more than just a trash can lid look.
Yeah, it's always got and Schomburg always does that, like you can't see me pointing, but the like the impact marks from the inside. I like that.
Yeah.
The older ones, you don't have the impact marks when he holds it that way. Every Schomburg does.
And it's probably not a coincidence that a lot of what people consider some of the best Schomburg Captain America covers, this and All Select 1 and 2, they're all classic covers. They all have him parachuting. So it could be something to do with the straps with his uniform, just kind of make him look cooler.
Mm.
What's up with the gunshot that Bucky's firing? It looks like it's, first of all, not straight, and second of all, is it hitting that plane down on the carrier?
Looks like he's taking out Cap's knee.
It's the Winter Soldier, so he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, you know.
That's true.
Like an MC Escher.
Well, this is a classic one here for Wonder Woman.
This is a wild Wonder Woman.
And by the way, I'm looking at one thing, and they said Mac Rayboy did do the interiors on Master Comics.
Oh, he did. Oh, wow. I got to check those out. This is her first time she was in her own book.
Yep.
Pretty good. 1943. Here we go. Airy. That's pretty classic. That's a wild depiction of Japanese.
Yeah.
Earlier we were talking off air about a more understated racist image. This is about as overstated as you can get.
Yeah. I've always said the way the Japanese were treated in World War II comics is just absolutely the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
Well, I think the only thing shocking is he doesn't have the Coke bottle glasses at the same time.
His eyes are so like small, you can't even see an eyeball at all. So here's another. So this is what I was talking about.
Parachuting one, yeah.
He's got the parachute again, and the return of that machine gun, the Gatling gun.
There it is.
And there's some weird trickery stuff with the perspectives in this too, like how Torch is coming up under the bridge, and he's huge, and you know, there's all kinds of Schomburg awesomeness.
The Schomburg, let's just make shit up thing.
Exactly.
Before LB Cole hit the stands with his awesome trippy covers, probably the trippers were looking at Schomburg stuff. Although I guess LSD probably wasn't even invented.
It was always there.
Look at this. DC is just starting its downward spiral to like, what the fuck? Another game.
There's the machine gun.
Look that, we got a rodeo.
Yeah, it's the
we got a war going on. We got a rodeo.
Yep. That's pretty badass. I love the Black Terror down there with the machine gun, and he broke that window probably to shoot out from it. And they're in an ambulance. Oh, the Hitler special cover. Sean, pretty popular.
And then the bill. He always draws the buildings and stuff yellow and red. The planes are red. That headquarters building is yellow.
Well, to me, that headquarters looks like the White House.
Yeah, it does. Other than the Nazi flag.
Yeah.
But
interesting. And we got another
parachuted with the Gatling gun.
Yes.
Doc Strange himself, right there.
Someone who doesn't look quite as cool with the parachute on as Cap. This almost looks like Terry from Terry's Comics.
And as someone who, while I was in the military, I accidentally had my hand slide up the barrel of a machine gun after I'd put a bunch of rounds through it. It's not recommended.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
I burned all the inside of my fingers.
Here we go. 1944. Pretty.
War's going on. Robin's helping Santa.
Nice.
I got it.
Drawn pretty nicely, I'd have to say. And then this is a pretty classic Wonder Woman one.
Yep, that is a classic. The robber on the
Santa Claus. Yeah, there wasn't much in December. Who did this?
That could be. I'm gonna guess. I'm throwing it out there before I look it up because that could be. I'm gonna say Joe Doohan or Jack Kamen.
I'm gonna say
Jack Kamen. What is it? Jungle what?
74.
I'm gonna say Serta or Solardo.
Solardo's
those. I like all those alligators at the bottom. It's pretty cool. Planet.
That's always been one of my favorite planets with Medusa.
Yeah, that's a wild one. To think that this is sci-fi, it just adds a whole nother dimension of strangeness to it. That's really cool. Medusa Men of Mars. 46. One of the first team-ups in Timely. I always thought this guy at the bottom looked like the Spectre from behind.
Yeah.
And we get the Wizard. And
I was just going to say there's the unfortunately named Wizard.
Who's the guy with the W?
Wizard.
Oh, that's Wizard? Okay, yeah, obviously I don't know Timely's very well.
Flash. The Flash of the Timely world. With the unfortunate name. That one, I think, is somewhat rare. I feel like I've heard people on the forums say that this is rare. I usually don't collect Timelies from this time period, so I don't know. But yeah, it could be. I think all the group Timely ones, there's like 2 or 3 of them right around this time, and all winners, where it shows all the heroes on the cover as a group. I think those are pretty rare to come by. Blonde Phantom, her first.
That one's been on my list for a long time.
Yeah, that's a great one. I keep missing it somehow. It's nice. Very nice. Jungle Comics. That's a great one. Look at that thing. He's going to crush her. Who is that guy saving her? Anyone?
Do you know?
JD, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Tarzan.
Yeah.
It'd be Kazar or Tarzan. There's only 2 I know.
All right, 47. I forget who she's supposed to be, but this is Alex Schomburg, early one where he's doing his new Zila style.
That's Madam Mask.
Doesn't look like airbrush yet, though. I don't think. This was interesting. I don't recall ever seeing this. This was weird.
I've seen that before. The Blackstone, I think that's a Street and Smith almost. I'm not 100%, but I feel like that's like the Shadow books. They're hit and miss, and they have a weird sort of unique feel to them.
Pretty early EC, right?
You don't see them very often, and usually most of them are just average, but there's a couple bangers in there. This is one of the better ones. I think this is pretty good, and if you find this in anything above a VG, it's probably one of the highest graded copies. Honestly, it'd be one of the best copies. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool cover. It's got some bondage. It's got like a sea serpent. I think it's all right.
First appearance of the Happy Holohands, America's craziest and most lovable family.
Oh, that's an EC actually. It says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
EC.
I mean,
Number one.
that's got to be around when they were still doing like picture stories from the Bible and stuff.
Yeah, very early EC. And doesn't the story go? It was started by the guy's dad, and when the son took over, that's when it got into the horror stuff, right? Something like that. I don't know. I don't know my history on the EC.
Well, I know EC originally was educational comic, and then when the son took over is when he changed it to entertaining comic.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know much about the EC books. There's some hardcore fans, but those were really like rock solid writing, stories, art, quality stuff back then. And if you collected, now I mean, I've had ECs, but I don't keep them. I don't collect them, but I've had ECs, and they're of noticeably good quality for books from back then. ECs, it's good stuff. It's it's like Fiction House. I feel like it's pretty good stuff too.
And as you could see in 47, it was all about the ladies. The legs, got to show them legs and those nice dresses. Nice red dress here. This is a great cover.
Yeah.
Timely Babe book. Oh, that's a great one. You don't see that angle very often.
Yeah.
And what is she on? Like, I mean, I know he's strangling her, but what is she? Oh, she's just on like a picnic or something.
Laying down on.
It's like she might be on a beach towel at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the ashtray next to her, and he came up behind her. And
that's pretty cool. Blue Beetle. Oh, and another leading lady getting her
first Black
cover.
Canary. First cover. That's right.
First cover, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But I think it's considered. It's kind of more desirable in some ways than our first appearance.
I think our was much more expensive, though.
Yeah, could be. And we got even the ladies in the Green Lantern. He's impressing the chicks.
Oh, and they've got Streak the Wonder Dog.
Introducing Streak, so that might be the first one.
Human Torch.
That's got to be a Carl Burgos cover.
Yeah, or Shores, perhaps. The face.
Yeah. Burgos seems to have the most distorted faces of those later runs.
That's a nice one, JoJo.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough one to find. That's a good one. I think that's Jack Kamen and not a Baker. If that was a Baker cover, man, it'd be worth 10 times.
And it's an elephant.
Yeah.
This was interesting. Manhunt, and it's got the skeleton hand. I just thought it was pretty interesting, this one.
Manhunt's a tough series, and I've never seen number 4 for sale.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Manhunt 12? A couple of those popped up recently.
Which one is that?
Well, Overstreet, basically everybody up until 2 weeks ago thought there was no Manhunt 12. It went from 11 to 13. And even in Overstreet, they skip over 12 as if it doesn't exist and they never made one. And then 2 weeks ago, one sold on Comic Connect. Some guy found it at a flea market, and it's the first one apparently anybody's ever seen. And it's a 1.0 blue label, and it sold for like $7,500 just because that might be the only one. And then this week, there was a raw beat-up copy that sold on eBay of Manhunt 12. So those are the only two anybody's ever seen. And prior to those two, people thought they didn't exist. Kind of interesting, but now there's already been 2 of them, so I don't know.
Well, we'll have to show that next time.
Yeah.
Curious to see what that looks like. Do we need to do something to get JD back in, or?
I'm texting him right now to see if he's coming back on.
Okay. Moon Girl, more girls,
more EC.
It's a pretty cool book. I'd like to read one of these and check it out because it looks really interesting. Mopsy. Oh, great cover right there. I don't know if that's a Baker or not.
Yeah, that is a Baker.
Is that a Baker?
Yep.
It's great. And then meanwhile, DC, I don't know what the hell they're doing. He's baking cookies and he's hurting his foot from the cookie. So at least she's got some cool high heels on.
Was it a kryptonite cookie?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Just a regular cookie he's hurting himself?
Probably one of these like he lost his powers thing, I guess. Yeah. Then you got, I mean, of all these covers of this month, I mean, God, why would you buy that? I'm lost. Can you find me? That's pretty funny. So I mean, I guess you wouldn't do that now.
Who's the artist on that?
Sorry?
Who's
yeah, I'm not sure.
Alfago, maybe?
Paul will.
Yeah, that does.
Get sorted out. This is a great Leela, Alex Schomburg. Probably one of his early airbrush. He's got surprisingly a lot of nice Good Girl art covers.
It's credited to Al Fagley.
Fagley.
Fagley? Well, the signature looks like Alfago's.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's
might be
those things like Nick Cardy.
Alfago did a lot of sort of goofy, cartoony animal stuff too, and this would be his style. And that looks like his signature. He has like that Frazetta F in his last name too, so I don't know.
Oh, this is a great one. The headlights are really popping out on that one. Wings comic. I don't know who did this cover.
It's not Alfago. He's got a separate entry and everything.
I don't know.
This is definitely one of the biggest babe-centric months, though, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Ghost Squadron thriller. Captain Wings? Captain Wings? Yeah. Wonder Comics. Another babe in control. Another Zila. I was surprised at how many, since we've been doing this, these on podcast on our show, like I've been really surprised at how many airbrush covers he's done. A ton of them. You could make that your whole focus and go broke.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he did across 4 different titles, I think, because he did Thrilling, Exciting, Wonder, and Startling. And he did, they're all going on at the same time, and he was doing painted covers for all 4 titles at one point, I think.
There's a Zoot. So she's tied to that by the snake, I guess.
Not a baker, though, but.
No. All right, 48. Let's see if the babe thing continues. Oh, now bad babes. Babes turn evil. They weren't what you see. Oh, there's another one. Great. I love that one. That's really cool. I don't know what they're shooting at, but Moon Girl still going, number 6. They must have not had too many if it took a year to get to number 6. Let's see. Is she like a Superman or something? Looks like she's holding up a building, flying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great Phantom Lady, one of the less expensive ones probably, but still up there. Crime Never Pays. What is the deal with her little camera thingy? Like, I never really understood what that power was. It's like an X-ray.
Sorry.
I don't know anything about the Phantom Lady at all.
I do. Hi, Beck. What's up?
Hey, tell us what the deal with Phantom Lady's gizmo here.
Well, her shooting gun, the flashing thing. It's like the negative zone kind of thing. It's like she sees him in there. I forget exactly what it's like. The Phantom Zone.
Is she like giving them radiation?
Yeah, they get control over them and stuff.
You don't need to know anything about Phantom Lady beyond big boobs and about 4 square inches of fabric.
She's so proportionate in everything she does. One of the things I wanted to say, I was talking to you guys. The jungle was dueling. There was something else you guys brought up that was really good. It was such a good point. But anyway, your show's been great. So
we talked about the Manhunt 12 for a minute.
So
you missed a lot of babes. Look at this guy with his claw hands.
Nice.
I love these sci-fi covers where they have like these really interesting outfits on. I think that's pretty cool.
Wolverine prototype. You heard it here first.
I'm Sergeant Pepper right there.
And who was it? Yando from Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yondu.
Yep.
Or Savage Dragon.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
This one. I think Comics NYC was talking about this book, I think.
It's popular.
Kind of Lois Lane. Or no, Bub. Maybe it was a Bub.
It was on Bub.
Yeah, Bub was talking about it. Yep. Pretty cool Superman Babe cover. Oh, I thought this was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I almost bought one of these, but I just didn't pull the trigger, and I don't regret it. But it's almost something I've spent some money on. But it wasn't super expensive. I almost bought this. I don't know if I should have or not, but it's super cool. But I hesitated and I didn't buy it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
They weren't fully committed to having them be actual like horror zombie skeletons.
Yeah, I think when the mask comes off the guy in the front, it just makes it not quite horrific enough.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the spoiler alert. You know, I know what happens in the book now.
If that skull was on and the guy was just winding up the punch,
I would have went for this one.
Poor Man's Mask.
I've got that one.
Great book.
Great book.
Got his little candies there.
I love that.
Candy Crush going.
Yeah.
She'll be Zella. Sorry, Zella.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's a Zella cover. She's
pretty dominatrixy.
Yep. 63. She's what's her
down?
Oh yeah. She got what she wants.
49. The
Stan Lee.
Stanley, that's him.
I don't understand why this sells for so much. I know it's a novelty because that's actually Stan Lee photo cover.
I mean, if he signed it, I think that's pretty cool. But other than that,
All right, but I mean, it's a Stan Lee photo cover. It's a novelty. It shouldn't be worth. I mean, I don't know. People pay a lot of money for this book.
I know, and it's more recently because that used to not be that much. That was like a $30 to $40 book about 7-8 years ago, easily.
I'm not into the novelty stuff, so that's why.
Yeah. It's gimmicky. It's gimmicky.
I'd say if there was one book I'd have him sign, it'd be this.
That's a good one.
I don't like signatures on books too much, so but this is more like, hey,
everybody's dead except for Alan Bellum.
Crimes Against Women.
Yeah, very nice.
More Bad Girls. Yeah, so you missed it. There was a lot of babes, and now a lot of the babes have turned bad.
Yeah, that's what happens. Marvel Family.
I'm not entirely sure what this plane did to this building, but
it's the rust that menaced the world.
Keep your comics away from moisture.
Yeah. So Naoka, photo covers.
I wonder if that was a famous actress at the time.
There's so many of these that are done like this. It's like literally they copy a photo of her and put it on top of a magazine and take a picture of it.
Now, is she a famous actress?
No. They use Naoka. The one later on is more famous.
Is Naoka a show or a movie or a?
No, it's a long running book. It's a very, very long running jungle story book.
It's a good.
It's like a continuous story, so it's like a Nancy Drew kind of shit.
They did do a Republic serial with Naoka.
Oh.
Yeah, they've done a lot. I mean, they did like they were shown before Tarzan's and stuff like that. So
okay,
yeah.
Planet, a giant robot. That's pretty sweet. Got the bubble head thing.
Shooting them in the nards.
Oh yeah, that thing's melted, and there's people in there.
Have a bad day.
Oh, bad women again.
Here she is.
Baker, is this Baker?
Could be.
It's a nice face.
Romantic Confessions.
Very nice face on her.
Do we know what number that is?
I could probably see. Let's see.
Confessions.
It's number 49. Or 5. Sorry. 5. Yeah. 5. Yeah. Year is 49.
Joe Prentice.
Huh. Another hot babe, son of Sinbad. I never even heard of this series, but it's the whole cover is drawn really well. I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this before. It's all right. It's decent.
I've looked. I almost bought one. It was like $130, $135, and now I've heard it's gone for like $300 to $400.
Yeah, of course.
It's literally the Princess Leia outfit is what everybody talks about. So
offer $150 and you'll probably get it.
Yeah, they're out there. People.
Yeah. Oh, another one of Bub's picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Girls. Mm-hmm. The strategic placement of the beach ball.
Move that beach ball.
So this I thought was interesting because this reminds me of a lot of an Archie book.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a total.
There.
There you go. There's between. There you go. Go back to the other one. That's a trollop, right
this
there.
Was first. Suzie was first.
Right, but Suzie's a trollop.
A trollop.
A trollop, a hussy, whatever they would call her back then. A woman of the night.
Okay.
Look at how scandalous she is on the couch and everything else on that outfit. Look at all the men she has. Look at Meyer. Go to the next one.
She's a cougar.
Yeah, total cougar. No, she's not a cougar. She's young. That right there. She's one man.
That's pretty good, I have to say.
Torchy, good one, yeah. It's a lot of good Torchy.
Mean stilettos there.
Yeah, very popular.
Look at the shadows of those high heels. Pretty sweet.
Wait, you see some later ones.
And I like the wife of the newlyweds is pretty pissed off. It's pretty nice.
That is pretty much the theme of every cover of Torchy.
We can't beat nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, all the girls are bad now.
Men were my toys.
Exactly. Yeah, there's Vixen.
And then she says, I can't be with you tonight. I have a headache or something like that. I don't know. 1950.
Who was she calling? Commissioner Gordon? Look at that phone. Sorry.
That phone, that phone is pretty. It's not even connected. He's like, I'm talking on the phone, honey.
Catfishing the guy behind him.
He doesn't even notice.
He's like, yeah, I'm with you, honey. The phone's the receiver's that or it's facing the wrong way. Words in the hair.
And I like how one of the titles is "I Thought I Was Smart."
Yeah.
All right. A better drawn cover, probably Everett, maybe, or I don't know. Beyond. Yeah.
Definitely getting into DS's zone.
Yeah, tell us, DS.
Filth.
I mean, that's a pretty bottom tier one.
Bottom tier, yeah. What about that one?
That's an LB Cole sci-fi gem there.
You have one, don't you?
I had a 5.0 that I sold.
Oh, you did sell it. Okay. I knew you had one. Yeah.
There's quite a few around. I mean, that's
I've seen them. I've seen them around.
The problem with this one is finding one that has a good ink strike where it's black, where it's supposed to be black, because some of them have like a bluish or a greenish, where it has like a green hue instead of black, and those are the ones you got to stay away from. But find a good solid black one. It's it's a nice book. Yeah, it's a good one.
Boys Ranch, so West End.
Don, how are you here? The Boys Ranch.
I like the girl
in there.
I like the girl sitting on that thing, and she's just like firing off into nothing.
Where did she kill Weekend at Bernie's over here, or what?
It looks like a Simon cover.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Simon and Kirby.
Simon and Kirby. Yep.
Oh, here we go. This is a expensive one of this month, that's for sure.
Spoiler alert.
Now, was this always the Joker, or?
Yeah. I've read the story in that one. It definitely was the Joker.
Okay, that's cool. Because I feel like, it took at least, what was it? The Killing Joke kind of mentioned this or something.
I think Killing Joke kind of tied back into this.
It's the tuxedo wearing. It's the moment into this. It's like the follow-on issue.
Yeah.
It wasn't a retcon. It was kind of a callback to this.
Right. That's a good way to put a callback.
Were there any Red Hood kind of I don't know, mentions in the Joker movie? I haven't seen the Joker movie, but I wondered if there was any Red Hood tie-ins or something.
I'm waiting to see it.
They're done with the girls in this one. Dick Tracy.
I'll be right back, okay?
Poison Coffee. All right.
Yep, Poison Coffee.
Here we go. High School Romance. Probably not a Baker, but he's getting close, I think. Well, there was Baker already because we had the Phantom Lady. Yep. Jet. Kind of similar to that Cole cover in a way.
Yeah, the Jets are pretty cheap. If you're looking for a cool Golden Age sci-fi, Jets are pretty cheap.
I like this one. Strange Worlds. Pretty cool. I don't know who that artist is. But very pulp. Very pulp looking. Like if you said
absolutely.
Oh, pulp to me, I would be like, okay, yeah. 51. Getting close to the end. Oh, here we go. What DS? Is this PACH?
It's PCH. It's average. I mean, it's cool. That's a ACG. They did tons of titles for a long time, and this is one of the better titles, Adventures into the Unknown. And yeah, it's not bad. They're all pretty simplistic, and they're all pretty much done by Ken Bald. I'm sure that's a Ken Bald cover. And yeah, it's all right. They're affordable, and they're out there, and they're cool, and they're fun to read actually too. So yeah.
Now, if you did have,
I love reading ACGs.
If you did have a skeleton hand, would it have fingernails? I don't know.
Probably not.
Get your logic out of here.
Here we go. PCH?
Yeah, PCH, and that's one of the better for that title.
Ace black cover, that must be up there.
Yeah, and it's an Ace publication, and you'd be lucky to find, if you could find this, it's not a lot around, but I guarantee you're not going to find one even anywhere near the state.
No. That is the Pieta cover I talk about a lot on one of those shows. It's very hard to find. The next one's easy to find.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. I've seen that all over the place.
Here's a early Catwoman cover. Pretty good. Beanbags. I just thought this was interesting for some reason.
Weird shit right there.
Pretty well done art. You know, you could see that like in a kid's book of today. You know, it's pretty good rendering.
Davy Jones's Locker. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Black Cat.
That's a good electrocution cover by Lee Elias.
That's pretty awesome, I have to say. Yeah.
Very good one.
Here we go.
Some cold.
That creature guy is a little weird looking, but
I have a question for Mike. What on this cover isn't weird? It's cold, dude. It's even cold.
Yeah.
I mean,
it looks like something you'd come up with in an opium fever dream.
This is LB Cool, this is his finest stuff. So
yeah, I mean, when he took over Star Publications and ran it and started doing all the covers, that's when he did his trippiest stuff, where it's just absolutely all over the place and swirls. And he always has stuff drawn into the background stuff, like you can see the skulls at the top melting in with the fire.
Yeah,
really trippy stuff.
A lot of fun. Chamber of Chills. Oh,
I own that.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah, that's a very
I've seen it. I know you got it.
Yeah, somewhere around.
That reminds me, I just started watching that new Dracula series, which is pretty cool. I have to say, on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it yet. I really want to. I saw the billboard is ridiculously cool. But
you should check that out, DS.
I've seen it on there. I'll check it out at some point.
The billboard during the day doesn't make any sense, and people don't get it. But as it turns into night, the face of Dracula appears over the billboard. As it gets dark, you see him come out, but
that's cool.
During the day, there's nothing; it's just shadowed.
Oh, that's awesome!
Really cool, yeah.
Where is this?
You can look at it online.
Okay.
Look for the Dracula billboard for this one.
Pretty good Joker cover right here.
Mm-hmm.
Joker's Millions. Brewster's Millions. That was another good one.
That's a good movie, man. That's a good
it is. I like that combo. Dinky Duck. I thought that would be interesting. Dottie Dripple. So they're getting a little desperate here.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what the hell.
Happy. Yeah. This is the worst shit.
Dottie Dripple.
Fuck. The worst era.
Fighting Engines.
I've seen this book before. It's very. I saw a guy pay some money for that book. I forget why. Hang on, there's something special about it.
Number one. It's number one.
Yeah, it's something there.
I think you're right, though. I do feel like there was some notes about that.
It would have caught my eye if I did see it, but
I think it's fighting. It's fighting Indians, right?
Yep. Number one. Man comics.
Yeah, well, it's ACG, right?
Yeah, covers by Leonard Starr.
Yeah, it's a Kinsler cover. No, it's Kinsler.
Oh, on My Comic Shop they.
Oh no, you're right. It's Leonard.
Interior's got Kinsler.
Kinsler. And there's something in here. The Dakota full cover brush here. There aren't. What does the census say? I know something. There are only 4 on the census, right? Yeah. And that woman on the cover. There's something somebody brought up about that cover. Like it's used in, but it's not a SOTY book. It's used something else. I have seen it before. That's okay.
It's an Avon book.
Well, yeah, it's ACG. Yeah.
Man comics.
There's an incomplete one on eBay right now for $40.
Well, all you need is the cover.
First appearance of G.I. Joe Beachhead. Okay. DS, what do you say?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, we were just talking in the chat about this title, and it's one of the better Atlas titles.
Spellbound had some great stuff.
Spellbound, Astonishing, and Mystic are 3 of the best Atlas titles, and Spellbound has some really cool stuff, including this. Yeah, I think this is solid. And it's good.
I think I have a
couple real winners in Young Men too.
This is a great
Young Men is John Buscema.
That might be a Baker there.
Yeah, that's
the big. Yeah, right. Yeah. But where's that? Oh my good. I moved the Golden Age stuff.
This guy must have had some really nice models, I have to say.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Very fun. That's probably the most expensive book of that we've seen in a while, but that's really expensive.
Yeah, that's not my favorite Venus, though. That's Venus 19. And really, that was not super expensive until very recently, and it's very recently up the pace. But really, Venus 17 is my favorite, and that's got more of a classic horror cover, like classic Universal Monster movie type stuff. It's just off the wall obscene, and this is probably the top Venus. Followed by 17.
How much different Bills?
Venus was it was a good girl art book, and that's why it was called Venus, because woman Venus in it. And then they switched over to horror towards the final issues for like 17 through 20. 16
they did an article about
or something.
In Comic Book Marketplace. They did an article on Venus, and they said they went through every issue, and they literally went through about 6 different genre changes from number 1 to number 19.
Mm.
I had a sci-fi couple issues. It had romance. It was one of those titles they used to throw everything at the wall and see what would stick.
Yeah, there's another Atlas title that's decent. Some of these are a little tougher to find than some of the other Atlas titles.
Yeah,
it's still decent quality.
There used to be a great site called Atlas Sales, and I don't know what happened to it. I think it just lost sponsorship or whatever. And they used to break down every one of the Atlas books only, but it was only Atlas. And this was one of the ones that they would talk about rare and hard to find and stuff like that. That title. And some Spellbounds, by the way.
Yeah, there's another Atlas.
Succubus.
Yep.
What was the first Succubus comic?
I don't know. I know that could be. Adventures into Weird Worlds. I have no idea who did this. This is isn't this Alice? Yeah, this is another Carl Burgess. Or something?
No,
hang on, I see. Who could this be?
Well, we got to find out. Succubus. Go right to CGC, and they'll put that on.
We'll find it right now.
Her face looks like those ones you see in those pictures of what people look like after 6 years of crystal meth.
She's got too much teeth. Too many teeth for that.
She's into Weird World. I want to look this.
Here we go. I like this one. To the Cemetery, please.
It looks like a Joe Manili cover.
Carl Burgos did the cover.
Carl Burgos. That's what I thought. Nice. Okay.
Terror Tales.
Terror Tales is pretty good. I think it only ran 8 issues, and I have number 8, which is probably the most sought after of the title, but this is also one of the better ones too.
Who did this? Is this Heck?
No, I don't know who did it. I don't remember.
You don't see too many purple covers though. The purple yellow is a nice combo.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good cover. It doesn't get a lot of love, but
purple orange always goes well. You know, all the hero combos. The Phantom always had that orange, like he had the white, but always had like an orange something highlighted. So there we go. Oh, there you go.
This is another crazy.
There's a good chance that that's a Moldoff cover.
Which is this?
Because I know he did a lot of. Well, no, actually, you know what? I'm looking at some of the other ones. I bet it's Bernard Bailey.
Oh.
Maybe I'm going to pull out my number 8 and see who that is. Not sure.
Oh, here we go.
Jack Davis. Yeah, Jack Davis, I assume.
Now his teeth are like the crystal meth heroin user or something. Yeah, for sure. I would like to know though what is inside this book because it's like, what am I gonna read here?
Okay, this one I said the other one was like a opium fever dream. This one has peyote written all over
peyote
it.
for sure.
This is Jack Davis.
Dizzy Dames.
Dizzy Dames, right?
All of the Dizzy Dames covers are awesome.
Yeah. It doesn't even list the cover artist. This says Bob Powell art, so I don't know.
Bob Powell.
I know 5 was a Bernard Bailey.
So, yeah.
They did a lot of stuff. So yeah.
I remember my grandmother when I was a kid said, "Don't be fresh" to someone.
Yeah. My mother said that. My mother's in her 80s, so go figure.
Frontline. Oh, that's great.
No, that's Joe Manili, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's
Jack Davis. Jack Davis.
Yeah, that's Jack Davis.
Yeah. Jack Davis. Okay.
Great artwork.
EC. Okay. I like that. Ooh.
And he didn't do many of the covers for Frontline, but
you don't see too many women on these.
No, I was going to ask. When is? I mean, that's very rare.
Yeah.
We Paul, you're the war guy. What do you got on this?
52, I think we're in. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about this title.
Look at that though. That's a woman Pieta.
Yeah.
In a war.
Headlights.
Pretty good.
Well, DS.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a Farrell book.
It's your voodoo cover, right?
I passed on. Was it a 2.5 of this for like $200? Like 2.5 years ago.
Seems like that would be worth it.
Yeah, it would.
It's a nice price.
At the time, it was a little higher than I wanted to spend on that. But
okay.
If it came up now at 2.5, it'd probably be like $500.
Mm-hmm.
Haunted thrills.
Zeke Lex, how are you? Good to have you.
Look at that.
That's a good one here.
That's got to be Ingalls.
Yeah, Graham Ingalls.
That is excellent.
That shit.
Ghastly.
That's like Texas Chainsaw.
I love this book. Okay. Is that Bill Everett?
Probably.
Early Journey into Mystery. Probably.
Yeah, the first couple was him. Yeah, that would be him.
Yeah, that one. It's too bad Stray Flexion's not on here because I think Stray Flexion is looking for a copy of this, or maybe just got one.
Number 6. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty sought after early Jim.
Yeah.
Issue.
It would be awesome to have an all black cover collection, like a long box just full of black covers. Oh, man, that'd be good.
You would never open that box.
Keen.
Different. This is not your Archie, man. This is good stuff.
I think this is pretty funny
for adults. You know,
I've said this to my wife a lot. Like, in 2 hours, I'll be ready in 2 minutes for the 10th time. I'll be ready in 2 minutes. No. Little Beaver, unfortunate title for this guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
Here we go. That's pretty nice. That's probably maybe Everett, perhaps.
Man, Mystery Tales. He did a lot of those.
Yeah, it might be. That's a pretty good one.
Man in the Morgue. You made a bad.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw out there Saul Brodsky and Carl Burgess and a lot of guys did a lot of great covers here too. But
yeah, my favorite Atlas artists are Everett, Heath, and Manili.
Heath,
but Harry Anderson did a lot for Atlas.
And I happen to like Saul Brodsky's work. I think he does. I always said his shadowing was better than anybody else's, but
I've loved that cover.
Yeah, this is probably the best Mystic 18.
It's Everett right here.
Yeah, that's one of the best ones. That's on my list. That's a tough one to find, and that's a piece that's very high on my PCH list, as opposed to some of the others that are just huge books that people pay a lot for. This one is not as highly renowned as some other ones, but it's much harder to find, and I think it's much cooler. So this one is definitely on my list. That's high on my list.
Through with you yet, he says.
I'll get one. I just got to find one. I mean, they don't come up very often.
Yeah, fantastic
cool cover right here.
Yeah,
I would be more into these if he actually had like supernatural powers, but he's just like kind of a normal guy in these books. These early first series.
He's kind of a creep in these books. He really is. Yeah.
Nice rendering of her face, though. I'd say.
Yeah, definitely possessed.
Racket Squad in action. Not sure what's going on here. It's like they kind of want it to be crime, kind of horror.
Thing on ghosts. What the fuck did you pay for that? You know,
I think Dicko did some work on the title too.
That's what I'm talking about. Go by it. That's Carl Burgess right there.
That's pretty.
No, that's Saul Brodsky right there, right?
I don't know.
Definitely Saul Brodsky. Look at that. The shadowing he does. Here, let me grab one. Hang on.
Damn good.
I have one here that's just. I think it's Saul Brodsky. It's not the same one, but you see how he does the shadowings.
13 is credited to Burgos.
Carl Burgos. Damn it, they're all the same.
It's hard to tell. I mean, usually you can tell a Manili, or
he's his own thing.
Yeah, Manili's pretty.
Like, I think the next one's a Manili.
I like the top left little picture there of the guy holding his own head is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Self Hamlet.
Yeah,
to their known self feed.
And another head cover. You can't kill me.
That's famous. Very, very sought after Strange Tales cover, by the way.
Is this one expensive, DS?
Not really.
It is for that run because a lot of the early ones aren't worth it.
What kills a book like this value-wise is the head's already chopped off, and he's laughing and saying, "You can't kill me." So it adds a level of goofiness to it. It sort of undermines the horror element, and that kind of kills it from a PCH standpoint because he's like, he's making a joke about being decapitated, and that kind of it takes the horror out of it. If he had his head on the guillotine before it came down, and he was pleading for his life, and some guy in a hood was about to pull the rope, it'd be worth more.
Yeah. This one's pretty interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Atlas. There's another Atlas one.
There's skeletons holding gun and a flashlight.
And he's half human, half skull.
Yeah.
And I've got a nice copy of a suspense PCH book for sale. If anybody in the chat is interested, because I see them talking about how they wanted to pick up a couple. I've got a nice mid-grade affordable copy of this title.
There we go.
We got another Crazy Cole right here. Terrors in the Jungle. This would be good. Like a black light poster of this would be awesome.
Well,
you knew how to draw the cats.
Is this the last one of the Jungle, and then it switches to something else?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's 3 different titles that they changed the title 3
Right.
times.
The middle, like the teens, the early teens to this, I think is Jungle.
I can never remember. But you know, it's interesting because when you're talking about blacklight art, they did the anthology book of L.B. Cole art, and they actually call it the blacklight art of L.B. Cole. The name of the big anthology of all this stuff. So you're not the only one that felt that way.
I could almost feel the like felt
of
those posters on this.
Yeah, the blacklight world of L.B. Cole.
Here's another wild. This is Cole too, right?
Yep. Well, that by the way, that Terrors of the Jungle is the last one of that run, and it has a character in there by the name of the Wolverine.
Oh.
So that's it, and it becomes something else. So that Freaks of Nature or something. Who knows what L.B. Cole does?
Yeah, I feel like L.B. Cole romance almost took off, but then Baker took over, and L.B. Cole romance never went anywhere. But L.B. Cole has a lot of romance. I think it's decent.
Good. I like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But I mean, Baker took over.
Romance
Looks like you used a photo for this. Voodoo.
Another off the wall Ajax Farrell book.
Yep. Yeah, silly.
That's a tough one too. I don't see that hardly ever.
Weird Science.
Ray Bradbury.
We see. Yeah.
I like the drawing of this one.
That's a good one. That's Elias, right?
Probably. It's either Elias or Warren Kramer.
All right.
It's Fing Fang. Someone.
Dimension 4. Dimension 4. Fing Fang 4. Fitty Tree. Two-Face.
That's a Two-Face cover.
Pretty good Two-Face, yeah. I like that one.
That is your boy Russ Heath right there.
That's nice.
Yep.
You don't mess with that one.
Really good cover.
Yeah.
Those books are picking up steam. I've seen some of these Golden Age 50s war books recently on eBay, like this past week, be listed at like $250 and selling instantly.
The recent war thread, one of the Give War a Chance on the CBC website, the guy who does that one, he had a ridiculous time. He was putting things out and things weren't lasting. 150, 200, bang, gone. And he was like, okay. He did that gray tone cover, 450, got it right away.
Yeah.
I mean, these things were selling for 40 to 75, maybe $100 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think it's on the verge of right now being able to call it a hot cat. Like those books are hot. It's officially that genre is hot because stuff is flying off at buy channels where it wasn't before. Before they would be listed for $50 and not sell. And
we're not need to be speculating because if we're telling you this that it's already hot, it means it's too late.
Yeah,
this one's got Russ Heath story inside, Dick Ayers story inside. It's got a biography story of Patton.
Oh wow! Classic.
And people like to do that. Collectors have always done that. Like something will get real hot, and then you'll just kind of find out. You know, there's plenty of great stuff out there, and you just find something that's lagging a little bit, and then you could buy like 3 books of that one for the price of one of the other one.
Right.
Until they catches on. This is an interesting cover. Crime Punishment.
Yeah, this was
that's one of those deep dimension 3D ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3D without the glasses?
3D without the glasses.
Yeah, it's Lev Gleason put these things out, right? These are all
But you know, I think it's in response to, or it came out contemporaneously with the ACG
Harvey.
That was called True Vision 3D, which
right.
also
one too.
One. It was 3D without the glasses.
I mean, have you tried it?
The ACG one, it was essentially they just used black pages instead of white, and they would have parts of the image coming out of the frame.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I posted some pictures of one on my Instagram not long ago.
Here's the first Harvey True 3D. This is True 3D number 1. This is 1953. Same way. This is a file cut copy. It actually has the glasses. You can't see them in the slab, but it's got the glasses, so I guess.
Wait, so you need glasses or no?
This one is True 3D on every page. So,
I think that one has glasses.
This one has two pairs of glasses.
This is the ACG version that has no glasses, and it's called True Vision 3D. and it's just the perspective, sort of like this Crime Punishment one. 3D without the glasses, it basically just the perspectives come at you and they go beyond the edges of the frame. That's it. It's cool, but it's not 3D.
Is it cooler than Valiant Vision?
I don't know what that is.
It's actually pretty good. It was like some kind of 3D thing they did.
I think I have that.
The glasses are wild. You can just look at stuff around your house and it's pretty trippy, which is pretty neat. If you ever get that. Oh, here we go. The highest priced EC, one of the highest priced.
Highest priced EC.
Maybe Crypt Keeper first appearance is more. I'd have to say.
Yeah, Crypt Keeper is pretty high, but this is up. This is not slowing down.
It's on par with that. This is probably the most expensive.
Yeah.
Most recognizable EC.
Definitely most recognizable. Not my favorite decapitation cover though. Fight Against Crime 20 is slightly better in my opinion.
Is that the one where she's putting them in the manhole cover?
Yeah, the cars coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one with the cars. There's a Feldstein one too. There's a Feldstein one that he did that. Yeah, because he hated women too. Go ahead.
That's a pretty good one though. Yeah.
This has got to be Baker. I think.
Yes, I think you are right on this one.
Diary Secrets was.
Yeah. Oh, for Famous Funny.
You got a Frazetta going.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your Frazetta right there. That's one of my favorite freaking covers. Period.
Very good.
One of the tougher ones to find that run too.
Yeah. Another Spellbound
cool cover.
Carl Burgess on that one or Saul Brodsky. I don't know. Find that one because I love that shit. Look at the headlights on that one. They were
there was an article in Comic Book Marketplace. That's actually the toned down version of the cover. They made
really
adjust it.
Yeah, it's Doc Ock prototype or what?
Someone in the article they had a picture of the original art and those things were.
And is it Romita? Who did that? I see an R down there.
That was hold on.
Look it up. Spellbound 20.
20. Russ Heath.
Russ Heath.
Oh, strange. This is
Eerie Tales.
Yeah, remember who was I talking to? DS. I was talking to you about the marionette. Go back one. That there's people that collect the marionette.
Yeah, this is one. Yeah,
this is a very popular one that crosses. There are two that actually for people that collect music and marionettes. There are two crossovers. You have one, DS, right?
Yeah, DS has the other one. I remember.
DS has the other one. There are two. I've seen this book is one of those that these people. I always talk to people that like have quirky shit like me.
I have a Suspense 7 LD Cole cover. It's a marionette cover.
Yeah, but is that a band in the background? There's one that it's a like an instrumental band that's skeletons, and there's one where there's a marionette one walking around.
I think it's another Strange Fantasy, actually.
It might be one of these, yeah. There's the people that collect the barbershop ones. Those are people in there too.
Look at this crazy thing. What is going on here? I don't understand this.
It's like Suitor, but he's. I don't know if I feel bad for that guy.
He's like got the power of Tetsuo from Akira, and he's just like shattering this guy.
It looks like Brave Star. Remember that old school 80s?
Yeah.
Space cowboy guy. That's what he looks
or
like.
The Mandalorian's gun, that like fancy one that he.
Yeah, touched him with.
Is that expensive, DS?
No, it's not. The Strange Tales title is a little too mainstream and not horrific enough for PCH prior to like 110. So the early Strange Tales run, the whole first part of the Strange Tales run, they're not really that expensive. They're not really that good. They're pretty run of the mill. It's sort of like the classy Atlas PCH where they didn't really get too bizarre on the cover.
Strange Tales 1. What about Strange Tales #1? That's got
any one would.
That's pricey because of the title, what it becomes, and the historical significance, and it's a #1 issue. But from a PCH standpoint, Strange Tales #1 is run of the mill.
There are a few Strange Tales that are a little more expensive than others. Oh, I was just talking about this, but anyway, that are more expensive than others, and those are the ones with the monsters on the cover, like the Grog and
right,
like the Sphinx coming out of those. There are a few people that go for like a couple of bucks more than the other ones. Maybe like a.
I just feel like the Atlas titles where they really got down and dirty, like the Spellbound and the Mystics, those are much better.
Spellbound's much more better.
Strange Tales, and they're for the mill for horror standpoint. They have a lot of prototypes and they lead into major Marvel characters, so that's where the prices come from on the early ones.
Nice. Now on this one, there's a sister cover of this somewhere where there's a guy getting a haircut and the guy's chopping his head off. The opposite. There's a skeleton cutting the guy's head off with it, and he's got a straight edge blade, and there's a guy sitting in a chair. Horrific.
Mac Daddy's right. It's horrific. #1.
Nice.
The one with the conductor and the band. It's got that.
Yeah, they're not on strings though, but that one is a conductor conducting a band. Right. So Chamber of Chills 18 is the barbershop cover. That's
Chamber of Chills 18. That's the one I was talking about. Yep.
That's the one I sold you, the one that CGC ruined. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Where they that was a nice copy too. That was like a 6.0.
Yeah.
Where the cover off and put it.
Yep.
The according to Overstreet, number 28 of Strange Tales is like the third most expensive one.
Yeah, Strange Tales.
What is 28?
28 is I can't remember off the top of my head.
It said Jack Cat's story used in Senate investigation report.
Oh, it's the one with the skull, the skeleton pulling the guy into the coffin.
Oh yeah, it's this one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a legit big PCH book.
Okay.
But that's just one in that title. I mean, when you get to like Astonishing or Mystic or Spellbound, they're mostly like this. This is an exception for Strange Tales.
54.
Phantom Lady towards the end.
Yeah.
But that's your baker.
Might be one of your cheapest Phantom Ladies, maybe.
It's just about Code Time.
Yeah.
I believe that actually was Code. But it didn't have the code, but it was up. That's one of my favorite books right there.
That's a great book, though.
Very good.
Got code stamp on these.
Dan Jungle, yep. I have a few code stamps from this year exactly. All the Jungle, Jan. There's one more. We have the good ones. Is that it?
That's it.
No. Well, thanks everybody.
There you go.
For sticking with us while we did December.
Yeah, we'll get back to the weekly ones soon.
I had a great time, everybody.
That was good listen.
This was a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Donnie, the Mastodon. Yep. JD knows who it was. Yep. Out. We talked about that. Donnie, we talking about with Howard Chaykin. We were talking about Crime Suspense 22. Good stuff. I appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks again, the Golden guys. We were back in action. We had a great show. We'll be back next week. And thank you for sticking around with us. And of course, once again, thank you for being a friend. And everybody else, say your goodbyes now. Baby Yoda's
bye.
See you later.
Nope, sorry. I'll do that again.